Hi everybody, Britt here and welcome to my kitchen. So as far as your eyes can see, this was all done DIY. So from the concrete counters to that rain shed over there, the brick backsplash, that chalkboard wall over there, everything was done DIY. And I have specific videos that will break that out into more detailed how-tos. But in this video, I kind of wanted to walk you through the entire process. So I know how it feels because this is how I felt walking into this property. When you're confronted with an old kitchen, you don't know exactly what layout's gonna work the best. There used to be a giant wall here and everything was really small, really closed off. So it took me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted to do DIY, be very budget conscious, but also make a really beautiful space. So that's what I did here, and I want to just walk you through start to finish of how we got to this end result.
Here's a view of the kitchen before. As you can see, there's not a ton of counter space, and the stove is blocking a lot of the cabinetry. I knew I could make this so much better. This is a pretty major renovation, and before you start taking down any wall, it is crucial to know that it is not load-bearing before you start. It is also important to note that if you do have an older home and you have plaster walls, there might be asbestos in the plaster, so make sure you get that tested before you start. We completely reconfigured this kitchen. I tried to draw something out beforehand on paper to get a little bit of an idea of the layout, but I do find it easiest when I'm in this space and it's a completely blank slate. I can really confirm what I had on my drawing and in my head. So here comes the tricky part after you take that wall down, because you have to patch it and fix it up so that it looks like there was never a wall there in the first place and make the two rooms look completely seamless. Drywalling is not an easy job, and it's probably going to take you longer and be a little bit more difficult than you anticipated, but it is very rewarding if you are able to get it done. Just make sure you're getting ready for a major arm workout. We decided to use IKEA cabinets in this property. We use them in most of our rental properties. We feel like the quality is really great for the price point. I decided to sand down and paint the peninsula part to this kitchen cabinetry. I really love this green and it gives it a little bit of contrast. All of the IKEA cabinets, including the hinges and all the hardware needed, cost us under $2,000 for this kitchen. Next, we did our very own concrete countertops. This was a huge project and it was a lot of work, but in the end it only cost us $500, so it saved us a ton of money rather than putting quartz or granite. Keep your eye out on this channel because we did a full how-to of how we did these countertops. This range hood was a focal point of this wall. I really love this. It's from Archway and Ceilings, so it actually is shipped to you. It's custom made to fit your space, and then you finish it however you want. So this cost about $400, and it was a perfect fit for this kitchen. I went with a brick backsplash in this kitchen. Normally I've done tile. Subway tile is another great option that is quite affordable, but I decided to do brick because it went with the industrial look that I was going for. These are plaster, so they're very light and very easy to install. I love the look of floating shelves, and this is great for an Airbnb property because your guests are easily able to find glasses and plates and dishes, and it makes it a lot easier for them to navigate the kitchen. Since this is a big L-shaped kitchen, I thought it would be really nice to have this movable island. This is also from IKEA and I custom painted it. It's perfect for when you need some extra counter space and it's not very expensive. But it is definitely a nice detail that people appreciate. Sometimes you are left with an awkward space like I was here beside the pantry in this kitchen, so I decided to build it in so it looked like it was meant to be there. It looks custom, and then I was able to have a spot for my chalkboard wall and hanging garden. It adds a really nice touch, especially if it is an Airbnb property, because you can write the Wi-Fi password or a message for your guest. I do like to stage my properties, especially the kitchen, when the renovation is complete, because then we can take really great photos, and even if it's a long-term rental, you're gonna have those photos for future ads for years to come. So I try make it look the best it can look, take the nice photos, and it's worth the time it takes to stage. It is very important to get quotes and weigh whether or not it is worth it to do it yourself or not. A lot of this stuff we do by ourselves and it saves us a ton of money, but it is not necessarily worth your time to take on some of these projects. You really have to weigh out whether it's worth it to do it DIY or hire it out. I know it can be very overwhelming when you're looking at doing a big project like this, especially if you're new. So start small, take things step by step. You don't have to look at it as one full project. Maybe just take on a few small things to get used to it. Good luck with your kitchen renovations. I can't wait to see. I know it can be a lot of hard work, but it is so extremely rewarding once it's finished.